We've got a totally different one for you today. We're not going to do anything in the gym. I'm just going to have a chat to you and show you something else that I do that helps me with my depression, keeps me busy. It's not really for me so much. I do it for my grandkids. They want to go to cosplay. If you don't know what cosplay is, it's where you dress up as either a comic character or someone you've seen on TV, movie. Anime is very, very popular at the moment. I'm not anywhere near good enough at making a costume to do anime, so I'll show you my costume and how I made it, and it just keeps me busy, gives me something to do, and gives me a reason for getting out of bed because I want to do it with my grandkids. So a quote today: 10 years from now, make sure you can say you chose your life, you didn't settle for it. That was by Mandy Hay. And Nelson Mandela, he's pretty great. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. So you can think that about your life too. You know, that you get out of bed and do the things because you want to do them, not because you're scared not to do them. So do the things you really want to do. You know, that's what keeps me busy. Keeps me. Everyone I've ever met who's got depression, regardless of what type of depression that they say that you've got. I've got clinical depression apparently, but everyone I've ever met has got a lot of talent and a lot of ability to create things. They're very, very creative. Everyone I've met who's got depression is very, very creative. A lot of it gets stifled because we just won't even get out of bed to do something. So use that creativity to do something that you want to do for yourself. But it's far more important that you do it for somebody else. Like no use building up a Chevy and just keeping it in the garage because you don't want to get it dirty. You're better off building up a Chevy and giving it to your daughter or your son. That way, when you're gone, that Chevy's still there and they can remember you and how much work you put into it, and you'll be remembered for the great person you are, not the person who struggled to get out of bed and struggled to do everything. I know, I've been there. It's a horrible thing, but having a reason to get out of bed and to do something, especially for somebody else, that'll keep you going. Another one by Miss Cunningham: the individual who says it is not possible, and that's a lot of us, right? Should move out of the way for those getting it done. So, you know, get something done, do something, you know, get out of the way of saying, no, I'm not feeling like doing anything, I'm not going to do anything, I haven't got any creative bones in my body. Well, I'll tell you, everybody I've met who's got depression is very creative. Our biggest problem is that we are perfectionists as well. We like to make everything perfect, so it's very hard for us to finish a project because sometimes we get 3/4 of the way through and it's not exactly how we wanted it. So then you start again, then you start from scratch and you do it again. That's how you beat depression, is you give something a go, you try something, a medication, you try what these quotes are doing, you read a book like this one. Whatever it is, you give it a go. And if it doesn't work, then you start something else, you do something else. You keep going, you keep going. The medication that your doctor's giving you is not working. Try another one. There's billions of them out there. Every one of them made me tired, made me sleepy, made me grumpy, made me unable to even think, some of them. A lot of them I couldn't even get out of bed for a whole day. It's like, yeah, that medication wasn't helping me, but I tried it, I gave it a go. And now I just decided to do this all on my own with no help from a doctor, no psychiatrist. I got no drugs helping me, nothing from the chemist. Just doing this all on my own. And if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. Nobody's watching it, nobody's getting better, but it doesn't mean I'll stop because of that. I'm doing this for me. I'm trying to get out of depression and be a better person. So we'll do our quote from this one today, which is my favourite book at the moment for sure. So heaven is eternal. Earth lasts a long time. So heaven and earth can last forever. They don't live for themselves. Live being the important word there. They don't live. They may last forever, but they don't live. You live. You're alive, but you don't last forever. So you've got to make the short amount of life you've got count. Do everything you possibly can with it. Don't waste it away in bed, sleeping, and don't waste it away feeling down, feeling sorry for yourself. Get out of bed, do something. Even make a cup of coffee for somebody else. You've done something. They don't live for themselves. Heaven and earth they're talking about here. They don't live for themselves. So they can live a long time. Thus the sage, which is the wise person, puts himself behind. So if you want to be a wise person, you put other people before you, which is the reason why you get out of bed, which is the reason why you do things that you couldn't have the energy to do anything for yourself. You don't even feel like making breakfast for yourself. Then make it for your wife, make it for your kids. Get the energy to do that. Do something for somebody else. Thus the sage puts himself behind, yet finds himself in front. How about that? When you do something for somebody else, you actually come out in front. Giving no thought for himself, he survives. So if you stop thinking about yourself, all those things about how down you are and how you've got no energy and how everybody hates you, but they don't hate you as much as you hate yourself, right? I know that. So you get out of bed and you do something. Giving no thought for himself, he survives. It is because he is selfless that he can achieve selfish goals. So listen to this a couple of times if you really didn't get it, or get yourself the book. And it's going to change your life, I guarantee it. I'm making no money from it because I never wrote it, but that's going to change your life, this book. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I was doing with the kids making the costume. I'm going to show you how I did it, how long it took, and what the finished product looked like. And like I said, I don't do this for myself. It's going to a cosplay is not that much fun for me, but seeing my grandkids light up and have fun, and seeing all the people walking around and they see their favorite anime characters and everything else, it's so much fun seeing other people have fun. You can have fun from other people's fun. You know, you don't have to enjoy everything yourself. Okay, so I'll put them on the end of this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Okay, so here we are. This is day one of making my Vecna or Vesna costume. This is the feet and the shins. Okay, this is day two. So you can see the feet are starting to take shape, and then we've got the shins. So that's about 15 minutes a day. That's half an hour's work already. You can see the toes and things starting to come up. This is day four. You can see that I've just put paper mache over the top of the metal. Then I've got shoes on the top that are glued in, and then this one, you can see it's got veiny look starting to come through. So this is day five. You can see that we're starting to come together with the boots. And then there's the stilts. We get some idea of how it's going to work.
I think this is day 5, and as you can see, I've started working on the mask. I just started with a mask you can buy and then upgraded it. Now we're doing the torso. You can see all I did was get a set of overalls and then put a suit over the top of it that you can get online. The suit obviously didn't fit me, it wasn't big enough. I'm about the size of the overalls. And then I've just gone the extra over the top. So I think this is day 5 or 6. I'll have to stop telling you what day it is and just write it onto the video when I finally do the video. So hopefully you can get the idea there. If you can get one of those suits that actually fits you, you don't have to use the overalls underneath like I did. But I had to cut the suit, and you can see it doesn't even make it around the arms. Okay, so this is the next day. I think it's day 6. We're putting a second costume cut in half onto the back. So that's all glued on, glued into. There you can see 2 different costumes there that have been cut there. Just the $40 or $50 ones you can buy online, Vecna. So there's the zipper that would normally be on the front, so it's on the back. I've turned the overalls back to front, so the clips for the overalls are actually on the back. See, there's the open, so that the front has no zipper or anything on it when I'm wearing the suit. And then you can see it's just a pair of overalls here, and then I'll just put the legs over the top of that. And the back I probably won't put too much detail onto, because most people, if not everybody, when you go to a cosplay, just want to take photos of the front of your costume, so the back really isn't anywhere near as important. And it is actually getting quite heavy with all the tubing and everything on, so I don't want it so heavy I can't even stand in it. So that's how we do the back. So here we are, we're at the next stage. This is the actual front of the costume. I've started doing his hands, which are just gloves, but you can see the tentacles go all over. Got to paint them black, blacken it all out. They go down his legs and so forth. So the gloves are just a standard glove, and I've cut the finger off a second pair to make the fingers longer. That's where the tape is where they're extended, because if you watched, he's got long fingers. So that's the next portion of it, is to do that. So just about done. We're getting really close to the end. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed making it, but it has been very time consuming. So I'll catch up on the next video, and the next video is probably the completed work. So here we have a photo. It's not the greatest photo in the world, but of what the suit looks like when it's finished. And here we have a close-up, so you can see the actual colours of how it finished. The lighting's a lot better on this one.